Why is it that when a baby is born, we often refer to them as the miracle of life? And as we grow up, sometimes we settle for ordinary and not so amazing things. Where along the way did we forget that we are still extraordinary? When you were born, everyone assured you that you could do, have, and be anything you wanted when you grew up. And now that you've grown up, are you doing, having, and being everything you ever desired? Or somewhere along the way, did you redefine anything and everything to settle for less than what you truly desire? How you wake up every day and your morning routine, or lack thereof, dramatically affects your levels of success and results in every area of your life. This video is not exclusive to those who have difficulty waking up early. Even if you don't have this problem, this content will be beneficial in changing the way you start your day. Understand that simply by changing the way you wake up in the morning, you can transform any area of your life faster than you ever imagined possible. The Stoics value each morning with mindfulness, and Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor from 161 until his death, and considered the last great Stoic of humanity, knew this. So, in this video, we will use some of Marcus Aurelius's wisdom as motivation to discuss the 10 things we should do to wake up early. But before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any knowledge, as it could change your life. 1. Find your Ikigai. Marcus Aurelius says, "Everything, a horse, a vine, is created for some duty. For what task, then, were you yourself created?" Ikigai is a Japanese theory of well-being that can make your mornings more productive. Focused and productive mornings lead to focused, productive, and successful days, which inevitably create a successful existence in the same way that unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre mornings lead to unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre days, and ultimately, a mediocre quality of life. And it is defined as the reason why you wake up in the morning, which can be seen as your purpose in life. Marcus Aurelius believed that each of us has a purpose, something for which we were created. And it is our duty to fulfill that purpose with effort and honor, because it is the purpose that makes you get out of bed in the morning to face another day. Your Ikigai can be anything, something you enjoy and haven't done in a long time, a new skill you want to develop, or anything that provides you with a meaningful reason to keep your motivation alive. The best way to find your Ikigai is by asking yourself, if I had more time, what things could I do? You can create 30 answers, and from those 30, select 5 favorites. Then you'll be close to discovering what motivates you. It's a task you need to complete before starting the day. This will help you have healthy social connections, challenge yourself in a good way, relieve stress, stay fit, be creative, and avoid depression. You need to give yourself a solid reason to wake up, something to do every morning that motivates you the most. 2. Give yourself a solid reason to wake up. Prepare for mornings, in the words of Marcus Aurelius. All our efforts must be directed toward an end, or we will act in vain. If it is not right at the end, it will be wholly wrong. Becoming a morning person requires more effort than just setting the alarm for 5 a.m. and hoping for the best. People who have decided to make the most of their mornings not only have a routine when they wake up, but also before they go to bed. While you don't have control over your consciousness while you sleep, you definitely have control over your nighttime activities that will make you get out of bed. You can start by minimizing TV and phone time before bedtime. Make a commitment to yourself, start tonight, and don't use your phone while lying down. Set up your scene for the morning. For example, if you want to go to the gym, set out your gym clothes before going to bed. By arranging your clothes the night before, you save energy the next day. If you're going to the gym in the morning, it will be hard to skip the workout when your clothes and shoes are in your room, ready and waiting for you to wake up. This is a 2-minute exercise that will save your energy in the morning. A person full of unresolved problems, whether financial, relationship, or work-related, cannot sleep well. Your mind doesn't rest. You've probably been through this, putting your head on the pillow and reliving the situation countless times. It's better to spend the necessary time to resolve any problems you can before going to bed. If you have problems that you can't solve immediately or are beyond your control, practice deep breathing, breathing calmly and counting to 5. Then release all the air, counting silently. By doing this simple exercise, your body understands that there is no danger, and you can relax, increasing the intake of oxygen into your system. Your muscles become less tense, your heart rate slows down, and you will be filled with an inner sense of peace. Your mind needs to slow down so that you can have a good night's sleep, and this will directly impact your morning. By making small sacrifices, you can be on the right track to becoming a morning person and maximizing your day to be more productive. 3. Avoid distractions after waking up. Marcus Aurelius says, "Concentrate every minute, like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you, and freeing yourself from all other distractions." Some mornings when we wake up, we are pulled in various different directions, often without realizing where we are going. You often get distracted by all kinds of things: random videos in your feed, your WhatsApp, a new episode of your favorite series, tragic news channels, your Instagram, text messages, dirty dishes in the sink, and unpaid internet and electricity bills. Today there are dozens of media and mental stimuli. No matter how early you wake up, you will get distracted, and there are days when you are convinced that the world is conspiring against your focus and preventing you from achieving anything substantial. Most of the time, the things that distract us work as productive procrastination. They are useful things that need to be done, but may not necessarily require our focus at that moment. We end up being occupied and neglecting our true goal. If you are waking up early, you have a reason for it: to make the most of the extra time to do things you love, before being drawn into the demands of your daily life. 4. Consistently wake up early. According to Marco Aurelio, you must build your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as much as possible. And no one can stop you from doing that. The degree to which you take responsibility for everything in your life is precisely the degree of personal power you need to change or create anything you want. If you truly want to wake up early every day, then you have to do it consistently to make it part of your routine. You need to develop your self-discipline. Self-discipline is nothing more than the habit of consistency, finding the motivation to do something repeatedly until you do it automatically and start seeing results. It's about doing what needs to be done. We have a video here on the channel where we discuss this in detail. I'll leave that video in the end screens and pinned in the first comment. And I highly recommend that you watch it as soon as this video is finished. Hal Elrod, in his book The Miracle Morning, tells us that we need to be consistent in the first 30 days to develop this new routine. We need to divide the 30-day period into 3 phases of 10 days each. Each of these phases presents a different set of emotional challenges and mental obstacles to maintaining the new habit. The first 10 days of implementing any new habit or getting rid of any old habit can seem almost unbearable, and it really is. The urge to give up will be persistent. If your new habit is waking up early during the first 10 days, your experience might be something like this: "Oh God, it's morning already. I don't want to get up. I'm so tired, I need more sleep. Where's the coffee?" And then we hit the snooze button. The problem for most people is that they don't realize that these first seemingly unbearable 10 days are only temporary. After getting through the first 10 days, the toughest 10 days, you move on to the second phase, 10 days, which is considerably easier. Although days 11 to 20 are not unbearable, they are still uncomfortable and will require discipline and commitment on your part. But by this point, you will already be getting used to waking up early. You will also have developed some confidence and positive associations with the benefits of your habit. So, stay committed. Phase 3. This is where real transformation occurs. You go from having an identity that says, "I'm not a morning person," to "I am a morning person." Instead of dreading the alarm clock in the morning, now when it goes off, you're excited to wake up and get going because you've been doing it for more than 20 consecutive days. You're starting to see and feel the benefits. Notice that the whole process is about incorporating being a morning person into your identity. And once you achieve that and identify with it, it becomes easier to act that way. 5. Take it slow. As we learn from the words of Marco Aurelio, pay attention to the situation at hand and ask yourself, why is this so unbearable? Why can't I endure it? You will be ashamed to answer. The truth is that our brains prioritize instant gratification. They value short-term rewards over long-term benefits. That's why 95% of people repeatedly fail to establish exercise routines in the first 10 days. The problem for most people is that they don't realize that these seemingly unbearable first 10 days are only temporary. They think that's how the new habit is and tell themselves, if the new habit is so painful, forget it, it's not worth it. That's why when we fail to wake up early one day, we often procrastinate, telling ourselves that we'll start waking up early next Monday or next month. We need to understand that our ability to persist is what turns us into disciplined and strong individuals. Life is not linear, and we have very little control over our lives. We can only control what we do with our days. We need to realize that each new day brings a new life and another opportunity to be better. So forgive yourself for waking up late today and start waking up early from tomorrow. Everyone can fight for one day. 6. Practice discipline in small things. Marco Aurelius says, we must discipline ourselves in small things and from there progress to things of greater value. If you have a headache, practice not swearing. Don't curse every time you have an earache. And I'm not saying you can't complain. Just don't complain with your whole being. Discipline. The very word comes from the Latin disciplina, literally meaning teaching, instruction. Practicing discipline in small things means constantly shaping ourselves. We are training our mental resilience. To wake up early, you can practice. First thing, place your alarm clock as far away from your bed as possible. This forces you to get up and get your body moving. Movement generates energy, so when you get up and leave your bed, it naturally helps you wake up. Because if your alarm clock is right next to your bed, you'll either turn it off or, worse, hit the snooze button. Never hit snooze. If you really think about it, hitting the snooze button in the morning doesn't make sense. It's like saying, I hate waking up in the morning, so I'll do it again and again. If it's far from your bed, you'll have to get out of bed to turn it off. By then, you're standing. Now you just need to stay awake. It becomes easier to leave the room once you turn off the alarm. Don't allow yourself to rationalize going back to bed. If you let your brain convince you not to wake up early, you'll never do it. Don't make going back to bed an option. Force yourself to leave the room. Second thing, make your bed. By making your bed in the morning, you complete the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride and motivation to accomplish another task. And from this small task, you will complete many other larger tasks throughout your day. Making your bed also reinforces the idea that small things matter. If you can't do the small things right, you'll never be able to do the big things. 7. Find an accountability partner. To quote Marco Aurelius, even to socialize with people of good character serves as a model for your own life, whether you choose someone alive or someone from the past. When you realize that your purpose is to wake up early, having a good accountability partner is very important. As we pursue our goals, there is one skill that will remain above all others: the ability to hold oneself accountable. An accountability partner is someone who coaches another person in terms of helping them keep their commitments. Your accountability partner can be one of your friends, family members, or colleagues who have already achieved the goal you're working towards. In this case, your accountability partner will help you stay consistent with your morning commitments and your progress. For partnerships, you should choose someone who is as committed as you are, shares similar values, can be available when you are, and is genuinely interested in helping you succeed with your morning routine. An accountability relationship is always beneficial, because knowing that you will talk to someone who is emotionally and energetically invested in your success keeps you on the right track, even when things get tough. 8. Remember death. Marco Aurelius informs us, "Since it is possible that you may depart from life at this very moment, regulate every act and thought accordingly." The Stoics made it a routine to keep the perspective of death in mind, and you can practice this every morning as well. There's a phrase in Stoic philosophy called memento mori, which means, remember that you will die. The only enduring truth, whether you are rich or not, successful or not, religious, philosophical, it doesn't matter, is that you will die. The point of this reminder is not to be morbid or promote fear, but to inspire, motivate, and clarify. This morning routine will help you keep perspective on the things that truly matter, which are your internal principles. Your home, your money, your fame. They are temporary and can be taken away from you at any time. The only thing that can never be taken from you is your character. It's only our character that defines us and guides us through life. A person can rise or fall solely due to the virtues or flaws of their character, and often this is what leaves a legacy. So, the idea of remembering your death will anchor you. Just like Steve Jobs. Every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and ask, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And if you spend too many days without saying yes to this question, then you know you need to change something very quickly. Don't miss the opportunity to truly live your life, stuck in something you hate. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marco Aurelius. 9. Practice negative visualization. Practice negative visualization every morning, as advised by Marcus Aurelius. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. Instead of imagining an ideal society, the Stoics see the world as it is. Negative visualization is all about managing your anticipations and being more honest with yourself. What could go wrong? How would you handle such scenarios? Can you overcome them or plan for them? When you prepare for the worst, you are in a better position to deal with disasters if and when they arise. For example, you're going to work, and your boss is treating you poorly, but because you've already visualized this scenario in the morning, you are always prepared for your boss not cooperating. You'll be pleasantly surprised when he unexpectedly treats you well, but even if he never does, you're prepared and always able to stay calm. For example, suppose you want to close a big deal and have an important meeting with a major client. In the morning, you've already thought about the possibility of getting very nervous and stuttering, or the client having many questions because your presentation isn't very clear. However, since you've anticipated this situation and mentally prepared to deal with the anxiety, you remain calm, control your emotions, and manage to give a successful presentation. Visualizing negative occurrences makes you less afraid of them, reduces your anxiety when they happen, and mentally prepares you to handle crises if they arise. 10. Appreciate your life. In our final quote in this video from Marcus Aurelius, he says, I am indebted to the gods for good grandparents, good parents, a good sister, good teachers, good associates, good relatives and friends, nearly everything good. Marcus Aurelius is very honest and humble about how he learned to develop his values and ethics, and shows a lot of gratitude to those who helped him become himself. We can also replicate this by keeping a gratitude journal. Maintaining a gratitude journal is a simple process. Gratitude doesn't have to be reserved for the big things in life. The habit of being grateful starts with appreciating all the good things in life and recognizing that nothing is too small for you to be thankful for. Every day you should choose 3 to 5 things you are grateful for and write them down in a notebook or journal. So if you had a tough day at work, Focus on coming home to your family or your pet, or simply be grateful for being alive. Appreciating your life before going to bed will not only give you a peaceful night's sleep, but also give you a reason to wake up with confidence to face the new challenges of the day. Remember that your first thought in the morning is often the last thought you had before going to bed. We've all had nights when we were so excited about a trip, a new job, or a vacation that we could hardly sleep. As soon as the alarm went off, we jumped out of bed, super excited. And the same thing happens if your thought before bedtime is, "Oh, I'm so tired. I can't believe I have to wake up early tomorrow." When you wake up, your first thought will be, "Oh no, it's time to get up. I just want to keep sleeping." So decide to consistently create a positive expectation for the next morning every night. Be thankful. Forgive yourself for the day's shortcomings and commit to doing your best in the coming day. Things do not change. We change. And if you like this video, be sure to check out our complete playlist on Stoicism. Also, remember to share this video with a friend who needs this knowledge. Help us spread this philosophy. Thank you for watching.